Hello guys, here we are with a new video. YCG is starting two new things from today onwards. A series of queen sacrifice. In the first position, let's have a look at it. White plays knight f3, reti, a standard stuff, d5, c4, sacrificing a flank pawn for a central one, d takes on c4, e3, opening up the bishop and preparing to capture the pawn on c4, knight c6, bishop takes c4, chopping up the pawn, bishop to g4, pinning the knight on f3. White doesn't respond to it and goes for short castle. And now black has these options that I've already highlighted with the arrows. He can play e6 or else knight to f6. But guess what? Black went for the move knight e5 because since the knight on f3 was pinned by the bishop on g4, so black thought, why not, let's go and attack the knight on f3. Let's pressurize it more. Now, if you are unaware of this position, then white could have simply played the move bishop e2, unpinning the knight and saving all the attack that black has created. But what's the name of this series? It's queen sac. So look for it. You need to sacrifice your queen and checkmate your opponent in the upcoming move. Do calculate for a while, I'll give you a moment. Okay, I'll reveal the answer now. White plays knight into e5, giving up the queen. If you capture the queen now by playing bishop into d1, that's the move we were waiting for. Now white plays bishop into f7 and that's a checkmate. The king can't take the bishop, it's supported by the knight. You can't move to d7 because the knight covers the square. So this was the first example of queen sacrifice. So let's have a look at the second position, where white starts with the move e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, something that we have seen a number of times before, d6, knight c3, bishop g4, pinning the knight on f3 and planning to play knight to d4, h3, hitting the bishop on g4 and provoking the bishop to move to the vulnerable square, that is h5. Now the bishop goes to h5, and just to recall the title of our video, queen sacrifice, and look for the correct move. It's white to play and find the winning combination. Okay, so I'll reveal the answer now. The answer is knight into e5, sacrificing the knight and the queen at the same time. Now black has got a choice to make whether he wants to take the knight on e5 or the queen on d1. Let's say if he makes the most simple and the most logical move, that is bishop takes on d1. So now white checkmates black in the upcoming two moves. White plays bishop f7 check, king e7 and knight to d5 leads to a mating combination. Let's consider knight into e5. Most of you might be considering this move, to which white responds queen into h5, and if knight into c4 you play queen b5 check and regain the knight on c4, and white has got an advantage right from the beginning. So these were the positions of the queen sacrifice. Hope you all liked it. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Your Chess Guide and stay tuned for the further updates.